Spears and Steinberg.
You know what the fuck it is?
Aries and Andy, chewing the jerk.
You know it's time to get this work.
The real raw, gutter, uncut cocaine. No political corrections.
Always sleep.
Fuck being awoke. We discuss politics and jokes.
Scribe, we lit.
There's levels to this shit. Before you was sucking on your mama's tit.
Aries Spears don't give a fuck.
We talk about race a lot, racism,
Sexism.
Much love to my loyal bitch bag holders.
Rollers, clip loaders.
We got them in the folders.
The whole world on our shoulders.
Spears and Steinberg.
Yeah.
This Oh Steve comes to us from Robert Miller. This is a new guy. Hey, my niggas, I've been watching and listening to you guys, and I think I got the Oh Steve. It's James Gandolfini and Sly Stone. James is walking in Sly's restaurant to speak to Sly, but is distracted by a female waiter. James walks in.
Hey, Sly. That set of brown legs over there is fucking sexy as fuck. Says her name is Stephanie.
Sly looks up to James confused. Sly says, ooh. James says,
The black princess with the camel toe that looks like a fucking baguette. Right over there.
Sly looks down and snickers and says, oh, Steve.
And then James says, first these fucking bullies, they want to be free. Now they think it's cool to walk in with a dick and ditch.
I hope I got it right, LOL. Stay funny. We are still lining up for the Bolivian, LOL. Rob, you missed the mark. And here's what you did wrong. The Oh Steve has to come at the very end so that when you say Oh Steve, the music kicks in. But if I say the Oh Steve where you had me say it, and then there's still dialogue, it loses the punch of, it's like a cold open. You know, something big happens, boom, cut to credits. Cut to the opening credits. So for the cold open to be effective, you got to hit him with a bang, and then you say, oh, Steve, hence the music. So you almost got it. Now I have to say what I'm about to say so the music can kick in. Oh, Steve! All right.
He just needed to reword it.
Yes. I mean, the placing was wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He could have got it.
Yeah.
Sly could have said, you mean over there?
Yeah, you mean over there, right there.
No, that's
Oh, Steve.
Yeah.
Right. All right.
Yeah.
Poncho Z. Muhammad Ali was right. What's up, Aries? Hey, you know what? Let me skip Poncho and get to the crybaby.
You're not going to, but you're going to read Poncho's.
I'm going to read Poncho's, but I want to get to the crybaby.
Because Poncho right now is just slamming his fist into the table. What the fuck?
Where is it? Okay. Before I read this, let me say, Colch, we love you. But nigga, you got to stop. Stop, Colch. Like you send me 3 emails, all the same email, and then you write shit like, yo, read my emails. You're reading everybody else's, but you're not reading mine. Colch, listen, we gonna get to you, nigga. But you gotta stop. At times you come off desperate. And you know, it's not, that's like that time we read that email from you and you said something about you saw this girl in public. And you said, I forget what you said, but you said something to her that came off creepy. And it's like, you know, you got to slow down. If you come off too aggressive, it's not sexy. You know, you got to read the signs, Colch. We're going to get you, baby. You one of the day ones. We love you, but slow down, nigga. Here's Colch in a nutshell. Andy, you're a female, and I'm Colch. No matter what I say, all you have to say is, I'm sorry, I have a boyfriend. Okay? Excuse me, miss, you're very beautiful. I'd love to take you.
I'm sorry, I have a boyfriend.
Can you give me your address so I can take you out on a date?
I'll give you my boyfriend's address because I have one and you can deal with him.
All right, so I'll pick you up at 8.
Okay, but I have a boyfriend.
All right, see you tonight. Like, damn, Colch. All right. Tears in the bathtub. When an ass is banging you, my partners, y'all wild for this ass cleaning procedure. Once in a while, your hand has to be inserted into the dirty building. When I clean my ass, I yell out, please, 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 in my James Brown voice. I know this was a joke you made, Aries, about taking 4 showers and sticking piece of soap up your ass and leaving it there. That Ireland. Had to do a call back to that joke. Sorry, Aries, with the Jordan tongue out. On a cleaner note, do you feel Ving Rhames as an actor is underappreciated? Does he deserve to be an honorable mention? We forget how classic, People Under the Stairs movie was to the culture. Your boy tears in the bathtub. Kolsch.
That was a good email, though.
Yeah, no, yeah, it was cool.
Yeah.
What do you think about Ving Rhames? Not a movie star, right?
No, not a movie star, but he's essential. Like he's an essential character actor.
Yes. You know what I think is the role he was born to play if they ever do biopic, Sonny Liston. I could so see him as Sonny Liston. No, you can't see it?
No, I guess he could. It's just not everybody is a movie star. That's the thing.
And they're a star, but not
not like that superstar status.
Right.
Everybody, there's just people that are good actors, and so that this is such a weird business because how do you address that? Like, there's really great actors that are great character actors, but they're not like going to carry a movie. I'm not saying he couldn't carry a movie. I don't know that he's ever been given the opportunity to carry the movie.
You know what? I was going to say, not just that, but I don't know that I've ever seen him in anything that you go, and I'm not saying he can't. I don't think I've ever seen him in anything where you go powerful acting in terms of depth and range and the role. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you think of Denzel, you could say Flight. You could say John Q. You could say Malcolm X. Pacino, of course, Godfather, Son of a Woman. De Niro. What's the Ving Rhames piece that you go, yo?
I think it's Pulp Fiction, but it's very surface. It's a powerful character. There's scenes in there that you're going to remember beyond anybody, beyond great acted scenes.
Right.
There's powerful scenes that he's in,
right.
But it doesn't have, like you said, depth of character. He's a gangster, and he got fucked. He got fucked. But the scene's powerful,
right?
And he was able to put himself in that scene and do a great job with it. But like those scenes are going to be remembered forever. But like you just said, no depth of character. What do you think is it?
Ving Rhames? I wish I could do a Ving Rhames, but I always feel like Ving Rhames is Ving Rhames.
But that's why you hire Ving Rhames.
Because he's Ving Rhames.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, but I almost feel like that's why you hire Sam Jackson, because he's Sam Jackson. But I could go to A Time to Kill with Sam Jackson. And that's, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So where is that for Ving Rhames?
Maybe it just hasn't happened yet.
Yeah, I don't think it's happened. I love them in Baby Boy, though.
Dude,
Mama. Yeah, that's right, Jody. Cry for your mama. Little chocolate bitch. If we was in cell block, I'd get on your knees and make you fix it. I love that.
It's just that movies need everyone in the movie. There's only so many like superstar roles to go around.
I want to say that to a woman so bad before sex. Get on your knees and fix it. All right, Coles, appreciate it. Remember,
that makes interesting Christmas gifts, by the way.
What?
Knee pads. Have you ever given out knee pads for a Christmas gift?
No, but you'd have to write that with the note. Just get on your knees and fix it.
Put it on there.
Right. Damn, that's oof. Okay. Pancho Z. Muhammad Ali was right. What up, Aries? I think it's hilarious that you guys were literally talking about how to properly wash your ass with a washcloth longer than talking about freedom of speech and democracy. LOL. I think it's important for the podcast that you guys talk about how necessary it is to have freedom of speech. I think we just did that.
We always talk about it,
do.
We do it in bursts because that isn't funny.
Because if we did it in just these long soliloquies, Brandon from the UK might anyway. Because you saw how it was when you guys tried to edit and censor yourselves for analytics. and that was horrible and only lasted a week. Now, on a similar note, when LeBron,
it's just funny that people like. I like him, first of all.
yes,
But he says, "You saw what." No, we did it so you would see what it was like. We did it so that the people that listen to the podcast would understand what we go through and what it would be. And then instead of taking it as that, you went, well, you guys didn't know, so you did it like, we knew that sucked. We knew it was going to suck. We know who we are. We lived with ourselves our whole lives. We know what it is.
yeah,
These are the things that they want us to give you in order for us to be able to monetize our podcast. And we showed you what it would be like.
and you don't know if you won't know if you'll succeed until you try. And we failed over and over and over again in our life, and that is why we succeed. Now, on a similar note, when LeBron James came into the NBA, he knew Michael Jordan would always be the best basketball player, so he tried to beat Jordan by going the Muhammad Ali route. But being the social activist that Jordan never was, but LeBron was only going to be an activist as long as it wasn't going to mess with his money. So it was easy for him to criticize Trump because that wouldn't have affected his money. But when LeBron made those anti-freedom comments about the Hong Kong protesters in China in 2019, he got exposed as a hypocrite who only cares about his money and his legacy, and not the freedom of millions of people like Muhammad Ali. Millions of people, and Muhammad Ali would never be a sellout like LeBron. And lastly, on an earlier episode, you said something negative about Chelsea Handler and then said it was personal. What did Chelsea do to you? I'm just wondering. Anything you want to touch on that?
Do the Chelsea thing, because I want to talk about LeBron a little bit, because I think me and you are going to argue about it a little bit.
Chelsea Handler had me on her show like 3 or 4 times. And she likes to zing them, hit you with some verbal zings. And she said something to me and I said something back, and I one-upped her on her show and made her look kind of stupid. And she didn't bring me back ever since. And she told my manager that they didn't bring me back because I wasn't on my A game, which was ludicrous, because when you see the footage, I was more than on my A game. And I thought that's what, comics do. We break balls and sometimes kick vaginas. But yeah, she threw one at me. I threw one back. And, I got the best of her. And she didn't like it.
See, she was calling for a lob and you just gave her a pass.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
So, the LeBron discussion, and I understand his point when he just made it about his social activism. LeBron is very involved in social activism. I'm not saying that that didn't put a little mark on him for the gear situation. But everybody does have a business that they're in, and I'm not saying to call that a sellout. It might have been a little hypocritical. I don't think he fully sold out. LeBron still does a lot of. He's still very active as an activist, and so that isn't a thing. I think that when what you said, though, I did agree with, and this is what I wanted to go to, is it. I think LeBron did see him, and LeBron knew that he was great and he was skilled and he had a bigger frame and he was fast and he could play ball. But you do see someone like Jordan and you look up to that person. But when your job is to play against that person or play the same thing that person does, you want to be recognized for what you bring to it. And I thought he brought a different skill set. I've never had a problem with LeBron as the player. His dominant size and who he was, he just doesn't ever have that same mental edge that Jordan had, and his will to win is a lot different. But his will to win, Jordan's was on the court, and that's what he said. You don't want to play the game like that, don't play the game. I mean, his was all about that court perspective and what he wanted to do on the court, and that was his legacy that Jordan wanted to leave. LeBron has a different legacy. And I that's why I feel like when I critique this, I feel like I haven't done it justice, because I do believe in LeBron as far as who he is as a person and what he's done. He's in the movie business. He's a different kind of person. He's a producer. Braun Entertainment is a big deal. You got to give him credit for finally moving away from the shadow of Jordan. But that's the problem when you come into a league like this. And this is how I look at comedy too. If you follow the path that others lead, you're going to see the same thing, and people are going to see the same view of you that they saw someone else. You have to cut down your own path. And LeBron is doing that now. But when you come into the league and you wear the same number, you try the same things, the movie that you're in is the same movie, a remake. You're following the path, so the shadow is cast large. I think what he's doing now, activism, his entertainment company, I think this finally gives him a place where he is his own person, and you can look at it differently than we have in the past. But when it comes to the basketball area, I'm always going to be the Jordan guy, and it has nothing to do with who is physically stronger, faster, whatever played with, who dominated when they were there. And he dominated, and it was a great league when he dominated. I don't care what anybody says about the plumbers and the whatever. So, but I like what LeBron's doing now, and I feel it's been an injustice for me not to say it that way. I like what he's doing. I like that he's having his own legacy, and Braun Entertainment has done things. I think that it's great, and I'm all for that.
Everything Andy said. Delisha, Doodoo Hand Andy.
Yeah, I like that.
Delisha sounds like a girl. So welcome, sweetie. Hi, Aries and Andy. I just finished the latest podcast, and as normal, I laughed so hard. Listening to Andy describe how it is possible to thoroughly cleanse his ass using his hand had me in tears laughing. What made it funnier was you, Aries, trying to understand it, LOL. Andy, you have to have different textures to get a result, LOL. Andy kept saying up his ass. Well, I think if you stick a microscope up your ass after using your hand, you would have more particles left over than if you used a towel, LOL. Listening to this podcast is like watching an episode of Family Guy because I'm always laughing at things that shouldn't be funny. But like I've said before, this is my favorite podcast. I love you guys. Last thing, Aries, you should go on The Masked Singer. If you don't know what it is, which I do, it's a singing competition show where celebrities wear costumes and people try to guess who they are. You have a really nice voice, and I think you'd be great on that show. It might sound kind of corny, but it's not. I love that show. Stay funny, Delisha. Yeah, it'd be nice if I could get on that show, but I'm blackballed. So ain't nobody fucking with me.
You don't know that you're blackballed on that
blackballed.
show. Send.
I'd have to go on that show wearing whatever costume they put me in, and then when I reveal who I am, that's a costume.
There would be a second part for you on that?
Yeah.
We have to go one more stage before you get to see who this really, really is.
Yeah. And you never really see who I really am.
Dude, I think you'd be great on that show because you do have a voice.
A little bit, but not
enough. You have a good voice. Your voice is better than most, and it would be good enough for that show.
Oh! Okay.
I disagree with this whole statement. The texture thing, how do you wash your hands? Let me ask you this question. How do you wash your hands?
You put them underneath the faucet and put some soap.
And water on it. Yeah. And then you use a towel? Do you take a washcloth to wash your hands? Your hands are the dirtiest part of your body. How do you clean your hands? The hands touch everything. Your hands get the most.
But your hands don't have doo-doo on it.
Neither does your dude. You said
wait. Your ass has doo-doo in it.
Let me ask you a question. You said, how do we wipe your? I use gobs, and then I wipe until I bleed. So is there this incredibly hidden doo-doo that you
didn't say I wipe until I bleed?
Yeah, you
but
said
that's
something.
Hilarious. I said I wipe till the skin comes off.
Okay. So if there's no skin left, that means there's no doo-doo left. Of course, there's germs and bacteria in there. That's what the soap is for. That's what cleans it. You stick your towel into your asshole, and then you use that
into your asshole.
Okay.
In between your
cheeks.
ass cheeks.
Same thing with your soap and water. It's the same thing, except I'm not putting a towel there. And all you people that take those towels and they're not white towels, and you put regular washcloths up your ass, and then you wash them in your water, and then you put them back on your face.
No, well, no, you don't. You don't wipe your ass and then wipe your face.
No, you wash the towel. You wash it in the washer, right?
Yes,
It's still,
but it is clean.
so is your ass when you do it with your hand in water. There is no that thing where you're taking that towel and sticking it in your ass, and then you think let me ask you this question: if you had a dish, right?
Well, let me just say, and I have colored towels and white towels, but especially if I use a white towel, not only is it being washed, but it's being washed with bleach.
Yeah, I understand that, but most people have colored towels, washcloths. They don't just have white washcloths.
Okay.
If you come over to my house, and my dog, I bring my dog in, I put my leftovers that I have in my plate, and I put it on the floor, and let my dog eat out of the plate, and then I wash the plate. Are you going to eat out of that plate?
If it's washed and clean?
Yeah, if it's washed and clean, that's okay with you?
Technically, it's clean.
Technically, it's clean. Are you gonna eat out of the plate?
Nah, because I don't like dogs.
Okay, but you're gonna take a towel, put it in your ass. You're gonna put that in the washer, and then you're gonna wipe your face with that towel.
But you keep saying that like the towel is like dirty.
The towel still has first of all, yes, your towel carries bacteria. Your towel doesn't get clean unless it's bleached and the temperature of the water is hot enough. This is like a Jewish thing too. I'm going to tell you this thing. Jews, like when you are Orthodox Jews, you have plates, right? You got to have plates for dairy, and you got to have plates for meat. They can't mix.
Right.
Separate plates. Then when you go to the dishwasher, you have to have two dishwashers. You have to have a dishwasher for dairy and then one for meat. And then you have to keep them separate. And then you have to get different. You're supposed to have different shelves.
That's just a Jew thing.
No, because that's about how you keep them separate. And a long time ago, before we had heated water the way that we have and the cleanliness that we can have, you had to do that because plates were porous and cheese and stuff could still stay in the plates. Your towel, though, unless you put it to the temperature that it gets hot enough, and you put chemicals in it, and it still carries bacteria. All towels have bacteria in it. You're going to put that on your face. I'm not putting something on my ass and then touching my face with it. I don't care if it's been through the washer or not. I don't put a towel. I'm definitely not going to take a towel from a hotel that's been up someone else's ass and put it on my face.
Man, the towels have been washed and bleached. Them towels are clean, man.
I don't even like the sheets that I sleep on in a hotel. I don't. I'm not washing my face with something that's been up someone else's ass. So just say that you will wash your face with something that's been up someone's ass, as long as it's been cleaned properly.
Listen.
You won't say it because it doesn't sound right.
A girl that you fuck has been fucked by another dude. But if she's clean and showers and dishes, that's just reusable pussy.
Depending on the dude, I might not want to fuck it.
Well, you don't know who that is.
That's why we don't talk about, we don't discuss and show pictures to each other of people we previously fucked.
Renee Grant, washcloths and ass. Hey, y'all, Andy, you are wild as fuck. LOL, listen, for you to say that you wash your ass with your bare ass hand, let me know that you probably have shit caked up in your booty hole. You got to take a washcloth and add some soap, lather it up, and get the scrubbing in between those cheeks. As for me, I have a washcloth for my face, a poof for my body, and another washcloth for my special love area. My washcloths are replaced every week and the poof every 30 days or so. No matter how many gobs of toilet tissue you use, your ass is not clean until you hit it with a washcloth and some soap. Anywho, you two be blessed, and Andy, go clean your ass. I can smell it all the way in Jersey. LOL. Renee, another woman.
That's because I'm in Jersey, number one, and my ass smells good, so you smell it. Two, all the two girls that sent this in about what it is, do you wash and groom completely before you let a dude lick your ass? Because don't say that you don't want a girl. Don't any of these two women that just wrote in don't want their ass licked.
What was your question?
Are they washing their ass real good with the towel and everything before they get their ass licked? Or is it just in the heat of the moment and it happens, it happens?
I would think that if they didn't wash their ass good, you would smell it before you lick it.
Yeah.
There's a warning sign.
There is a warning sign.
So,
I don't know if it's a warning sign, but it's a nasal sign.
well, it's either that or an invitation.
But
Because some niggas like that.
you use soap and you wash your ass. That's what you need. You don't need that fucking washcloth. I'm sorry.
Let me, before I get to, okay. Jala, how the fuck you pronounce this? Jalahl. Jalal Jr. All right. Dear mama, first off, fuck your bitch and the click you claim. Nah, I couldn't resist. But first off, you are definitely top 5 comedians of all time. Crazy how people don't acknowledge that, but I get it. Untamed Negro. But I'm just sending an email to acknowledge you and Andy's great work with the podcast. The chemistry between you two worked phenomenally. 2 humorous fat niggas with big noses and high intellect and low metabolism, separated mainly by skin color, is a wave of the future. I mean to give you praise, but also need advice. Yeah, I don't know if I like this motherfucker. I'm a 33-year-old man who lives in Arizona. I'll be at the show coming up, and I'm in love with a woman who has 4 kids from 3 different niggas. We took a break, and one of her baby daddies moved in with her. My question is, what's the best way to strangle this bitch and not get caught? I've heard if you smack her on the back of the head, you can't see the bruise. Requesting Ronald Williams for a lifeline. In conclusion, thanks for the constant high-level entertainment, and I hope you get everything you deserve. You two make the week much more bearable. Long-time listener, first-time emailer. Much love. P.S. $10, a lot of money. She must really be great for you to still want to fuck with her knowing that.
I say she did you a favor.
You know what I mean? Run, Forrest, run.
Yeah. Otherwise, it's how many? It's 4 kids with 3 different baby daddies.
Yeah.
And you're going to be,
And a dude one of the baby daddies just moved in.
Yeah, but if he didn't move in, you were going to be the one person taking care of 4 other people's kids.
Right.
You got a favor, man.
Yeah.
God was looking out for you. Look at it that way.
That's right. Leroy Furious. You have to wash your ass. I'm on the bus about to see the new Spider-Man Spider-Verse movie. I'm listening to both of you talking about eating coochie and how the asshole is super close. Bro, I eat the cunt and the butt back and forth with no hesitation as long as I have consent. Yeah, that's important. That's a key component. I never have fear of contamination because I only munch on clean women. One last thing. Every person should be using 2 washcloths. It's not rocket science, and this is why I never shake hands. Fist bumps only, because most people are gross. Dear Mama was a great documentary. That is all.
First of all, when you said about fist bumps, you should really fist bump. And people have talked about this. Dude, you know, I just got to say this because I don't think people know this shit, man. First of all, when you go to the mall and you go up the escalator and you hold on to that, or at the airport, there's feces on all those things because kids touch it, people who itch their asshole touch it, and that shit has no way to being cleaned. And someone gets over there and then they have to put something that will sanitize it. So a bleach or some kind of chemical that will clean that whole thing up. That is one of the dirtiest things in America. I don't know about the world, but I know in America, what I've read, those things are dirty. Also, if your bathroom and your toothbrush is in your bathroom and your toilet's in your bathroom,
I've heard this.
Every time it flushes, there's feces in your fucking toothbrush. Every single person. You got to understand, we ain't fucking escaping fucking feces. They're all over. And the hand is however you wash your ass, whatever you're talking about, you got to wash your hands constantly. I wash my hands till they're dry and almost bleeding half the time. You got to keep washing your hands. Now because of the pandemic and there's those machines with the sanitizer. Every time I see one, I sanitize my hands. Even if I had just washed, I can't help it and that's not good for you either. You shouldn't be putting chemicals like that on your hands. But soap and water all the fucking time. You can't wash your hands enough. That's how diseases are spread. That's really how we spread everything is in our hands. We touch things we don't think that are dirty. Light switches, you touch light switches. Someone else touched them. Someone else had a finger up their nose. They're itching their ass, whatever they're doing. They changed the diaper. Who knows what they did, but there's shit everywhere. I'm just saying, if you could see shit, there's shit everywhere.
Look, man, what's going to happen is going to happen. What's going to be is what's going to be. You can't live your life in a state of.
I just think that you're right. You can't live in a state of, but everybody thinking that they're doing their business because they stuck a towel up their ass. That's dirty. I don't care what you say. It has fucking shit on your towel too. All that, if you put your towels, if your toothbrush has feces in it and you put your towels in your bathroom and you flush the toilet, there's going to be fucking feces on your towel. There's shit everywhere. And you're worried about whether or not it's soap that you need to use. It isn't your towel. No, I've never seen anything that said your towel is what's keeping you clean. Your towel, it's not clean. There's bacteria on your towels. Ugh.
What age were you when you first did your first hand to ass clean?
I don't know.
But what made you, what made you go there?
It was liquid soap. I would never take a soap bar.
Was that something your mother taught you, or you just on your own?
It just made sense from everything that I read, and I did. I honestly, I lived in a house with my mom, my dad. I didn't want to stick something up I didn't want to stick some dirty thing. I didn't want a towel in my ass. I didn't think of it as clean. I don't use washcloths when I wash. I use my hands. When I wash my face, I don't use washcloths because I think they're dirty. I'm fucking freaked out by them.
Wow. Bat signal received from Racia0011@gmail. Nigga, what the fuck is wrong with Andy? Please tell me Andy is potting. Nobody in this world is washing their ass with their bare hand. You need 2 washcloths, one for face, one for ass. My mother would have knocked my head into next week and called me all kinds of nasty asses. So to Andy, please wash your ass. Niggas smelling like doo-doo juice. Much love to you both.
Soap, baby. Soap, not your towel. Your towel doesn't clean your ass. I don't understand. You think it lathers it up? What is it that you think that it's removing all the feces from your asshole? The water removes it from your asshole. That's why if you have the proper, that's why fucking America, out of all the technology we have, not using a bidet is the fucking grossest thing that we do. You should be able to wipe your ass right there. It should shoot some water up there, clean it. Then you use there are special towels that you use, paper towel, and you wipe it and to dry your ass off. And you throw that shit away. That's how you do it. That's how it should be done on earth as it is in heaven. Right there.
From our girl AB. Documentary. Hey guys, thank you for suggesting that we watch the 5-part documentary about Tupac and his mother. It was beautifully done. Huge shout out to Alan Hughes. It is breathtaking to see that all he was able to accomplish in his 25 years of life with all of the challenge he had growing up. I fully appreciate even more how he continues to live life today. Oh God. Through his music, acting, and friendships. It just goes to show how important each of our lives are. It is a stark reminder to live each day to the fullest. I don't watch much television these days because most of it is nonsense. I do not know when I would have sat down to watch this. However, once I turned it on this evening, I did not stop until I finished it. My heart feels so full. I will definitely watch it again sometime soon. Who knew that Eminem could draw so well? A.B. Yeah, baby, wait till you hear our part 2, which you will have heard by now, right?
Yeah, by now.
Okay.
Yeah.
The most moving part for me, as I said, was when his mother read that excerpt from the book. And I kind of have to pat myself on the back a little bit. I liked how I said it's hard for me to support white women in fantasy, what black women have always been in real life. I think that was my ode to my sisters out there, my beautiful black queens. Dear mama. Yeah.
I just think it's amazing how they weaved his mom's life through the whole thing to make it.
It wasn't just about him.
Yeah, it wasn't. And that's obviously from the title, it shouldn't have been. Right. And but the way they did it was really, really well done. And it was it's nice to see where the influence and the strength and everything that comes from. Even it really shows us something else though that we didn't talk about, and I don't think people do. We see people and we see them as broken. Maybe people who have been defeated at one point in their life and they haven't recovered from it, and we tend mentally to cast them out.
Right.
And this woman definitely didn't deserve to be cast out. I mean, she went through therapy. She did everything she needed to do. She came back. But it makes you wonder when you see people that are broken and that aren't achieving and that are still dealing with their issues. And we tend to, honestly, we look down upon them.
Yeah.
We don't see that. We don't understand what broke them. And you have to think about that when you see people out on the streets and people that are hurt and people that are wounded. We don't think about them that way. And that movie made me think a little bit more about what got someone there instead of just the fact that they're there.
I saw a clip of Mike Jai White on Vlad TV, and he was talking about how him and Pac were hanging out one time playing pool. And he talked about the documentary, and he said, you know what's so crazy is people don't understand that the 17-year-old Pac that they showed, that's who Pac is for real. That thug life and that hardcore shit was a put on. That is not who Pac really was. He goes, we were playing pool one night and people didn't recognize that. Somebody said to me, your friend looks like Pac. They didn't recognize it was Tupac because he wasn't that. He was the 17-year-old in Mike Jai's presence. He wasn't the thug nigga that he portrayed himself to be. So people didn't recognize him. And I thought that was interesting.
But do you think that isn't who he was? Or do you think that is that part of just that's part of who he was? Maybe that's not who he was entirely, but you don't think that the person, how he described what thug meant to him and what thug was, and the guy that would go, listen, he had no reason that he had to go and shoot the dude who punched the black dude.
Right.
But then that has to be part of who he is. Because there was no reason. He could have just let that go. He could have walked away. No one would have thought any more or any less. It would have went away. But he saw something that he had to take care of, and he did it. So how is that not part of him? How is that not who he is?
I would tend to lean more towards what you're saying.
But I understand also that the deep down human in him was the guy we saw at 17. The human, how if everything was equal and the world was fair, that's who Pac is.
Right. Yeah.
I would say I would agree with that if that's how it was said. There's too many other incidents that happen where you see that Pac has some other things in him, but I don't think that again, maybe that's not who he is. That's what was brought out of him from his situation.
Terrell Allen, comedy, music, pussy, or video gaming. What up, A&A? I just want to start off by saying first that I love this podcast. This is my favorite podcast. Y'all two really help a nigga get through his workday. So as you can see from the subject title of this email, your stand-up comedy, live shows, music, pussy, or video gaming. If you could only choose two over the rest, which two are you picking and why? P.S. I am high as hell typing this. I hope I don't get a $10 a lot of money. No, you didn't. And the motherfuckers, it's funny when people are high and fucked up, it's perfect. People that don't get high and get fucked up get the $10 a lot of money. So kids, do drugs. It makes you better.
Just weed.
Dude, this is easy. If I had to pick two, comedy and pussy. As much as I love video gaming, I can't live with not having pussy. And comedy is what I do. So that's an easy one for me.
And what's the other thing?
Comedy, music, pussy, or video gaming. Well, you don't video games.
No, so that one's easy for me to throw out. I could live with it. Yeah, comedy and pussy, you have to have those.
Yeah. You don't have to have music.
You don't have to. I mean, I would love life with music.
Right.
But I do. Honestly, how I feel right now, I could almost get rid of comedy.
Oh, that hurt.
No, listen, I love comedy. I love what comedy has given me and everything about it. I just feel like there's so many better people out there at comedy than I am.
Oh God, Andy.
So that's just it. Sometimes.
Oh man.
My window is closing.
Stop it. D-Matic, the producer. Movies to watch. Yo, what's up, A&A? Here's a list of movies that y'all should check out. I saw some of these. Number 1, The Samaritan, starring Stallone as a superhero. That must be new. Never heard of that.
I don't think I've seen that.
Yeah, it's getting bad. Play the sky, you know? It's me. I gotta get a cat out of a tree, you know?
It's a little kid. He points up to the sky. Is it a bird? Is it a plane? And then you just hear him go,
Yeah, it's me. That's funny. That's funny. Look at the sky. It's a bird. It's a plane. No, it's me. It's Sly. That's funny, dude. Okay. 2, Glass Onion. I just saw that.
Did you like it? I want to see it, but I haven't seen it.
It's cool.
How's Daniel Craig in that?
Good, because you know what he's playing? He's playing a tech who's a southerner.
Really?
So he's talking with a southern accent.
And does he do a good job? Does he sell it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I want to check it out.
Bullet Train, which Andy and I both saw.
Yeah.
The Gray Man, which I saw, awesome, with Ryan Gosling.
I did see that too.
That was awesome, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was good.
No, just
It was good. It was good.
Okay. The Platform. Haven't seen that. The Night Comes for Us. That's a movie about a bunch of Africans coming for people.
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
No, I don't know what it is.
I don't either. But it says The Night Comes for Us.
I haven't seen it.
It's like a shitload of Africans chasing me. The Stranger. It's a thriller. Never saw that.
I thought that's about my left hand.
The Last Days of American Crime. Haven't heard of that.
I saw that. I saw it. I saw a preview for it. I didn't
Did you?
see it. No.
Manhunt.
No.
A Time to Hunt.
I don't think. No.
Extreme.
Nope.
And Carter. Carter with Stallone? I'm wondering if he means that Carter. All right. I'll have to check these out. I'm going to save this so I could look these up. Darnell Lawson, your Tupac experience. Hi, Aries and Andy. Your boy Darnell back for email number 3. While listening to the Dear Mama Part 1 episode, I remembered you telling a story about Tupac on one of your most recent Vlad TV interviews. If I remember correctly, you were telling a joke about Mike Tyson and Tupac spoke loudly in his defense. Do you remember saying this? If so, can you give further details into the situation? Also, can you both give us your favorite Tupac song? Thanks for the laughs. God bless. Favorite Tupac song. I really like Hit 'Em Up, man. I like Hit 'Em Up, and I ain't mad at you. Favorite Tupac song?
I honestly, and people are going to think that I'm full of shit, but Brenda's Got a Baby, because it was such a departure from everything else that was happening at the time. But Hit 'Em Up is the song that, you know, like if you're at the club, that's the song, right?
Damn.
But honestly, Brenda's Got a Baby, you had to stop. If you I was really into hip hop. Like, I mean, that's everything that I had was about it. And then that came out and you went, what? Like, I didn't even like it at first because it was so away from everything. And then when I listened to it, I was like, damn, that has a whole different, it was just something so different. So that's why I put it.
Yeah, I was at the Comedy Store in the main room and Pac was there and I just started to talk about Mike Tyson. And he just stood up and was like, don't fuck with my nigga Mike Tyson. Move on, nigga, move on. He was being Pac. And then afterwards, like I said, the strange thing was when the show was over, he came back, hugged me, and gave me love. So, you know.
You fucked with your set. He should have apologized too.
You know, it's just Pac, nigga.
Did it freak you out at all?
Not really, but kinda. You know? Because it was Pac.
Do you remember what joke you were doing about Tyson?
I don't remember something with some
But do you think Tyson, honestly, if it was Tyson away from people and it was just Tyson and you were talking to him about the impression you do,
right?
Do you think he still find it? Do you think he would find it funny? Wouldn't he?
Back then?
No, now.
No. He he's more open to trying to find it funny. Because there's a part of Mike Tyson that you can tell he doesn't know if he's being laughed at or with. And if he can't make that distinction, he has a look on his face that is like, where are you going with this?
Okay, that makes sense.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I've never seen him be made fun of and him just lose it like some people. Like you fuck with Shaq will lose it. I've never seen him lose it at somebody fucking with him.
But when you made fun of Shaq when you were on the Shaq All-Stars, he died laughing.
But that's Shaq. That's his personality.
But, well, what could someone do to Shaq that would make him
be angry? I don't think angry. He just wouldn't laugh if it's not funny.
Oh, so just as long as it's funny. If
it's funny, he will go nuts.
Yeah. Because he lost it with you. He had the best. That was the best.
Yeah.
And you went. It wasn't like you went extra. You didn't go light to make him feel comfortable. I mean, when you went off on his jacket, I mean the picnic cloth, and you put a little extra on that, but so it wasn't like you went, I made him laugh. It's fun. Now I can just you made it funny for what it was. I don't, but I can see what you're saying. Where Tyson's life has been what Tyson's life is, where he would have a hard time going, I think it's funny, but I'm not 100% sure.
Right.
Like I can trust you.
Yeah. Yeah. He's guarded like that. Femi Oguns, hypocrisy of humanity. Dear A&A, I will admit if we all tried our best to challenge our hypocrisies, the world would be boring. However, it is important to acknowledge it from time to time. In one breath, Aries complains about not being able to give blunt feedback on TV and then does not like it when his manager tells him he can't say something because he is not Bill Burr. Is the truth. Is the truth. I don't know what that means. In case Aries has had a mild rant and an elevated voice by this point, I would like to point out another hypocrisy. Aries likes to complain about how the younger generation is too sensitive, but then blows up like Goku at every critical comment or email. Please don't get me wrong. We all have these hypocrisies, politicians, comedians, companies, religious leaders. We all have them. If we stop to think about ourselves deeply, we all find them. But if we operate in the world without trying to be it all the time, then the world will be boring. I don't have a problem with criticism. I have a problem with idiocy. You can say whatever you want, but when you say stupid shit, that's when I have a problem. That's when I turn into Goku. Because some people write in and they say shit that's just ridiculous. Like Brandon from the UK, cocksucker. But a good joke, a good whatever, I don't have a problem with that. And it's not, don't confuse passion with sensitivity. I'm an alpha dog. I'm a New Yorker. I'm an Aries, and I'm a black man. Those are the main ingredients for C4. So that's what that is. I'm passionate. I'm not sensitive. And everything when I express something that I'm passionate about, that shit comes out of me. You know what I mean? But don't confuse that with sensitive. I'm not that fragile, nigga.
How can you tell if someone's from New York?
Because they wear Timbs and New York fitted.
Wait 10 seconds, they'll tell you. They always, every sentence with someone from New York was when you ask
look here, B, I'm from New York. Right. And what does he mean when he says the truth is the truth? Because he is not Bill Burr. Is the truth is the truth.
I guess that you're not Bill Burr.
Yeah, I don't know what that means.
Bill Burr can get away with it because he's Bill Burr.
But I can't because I'm me.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, that's idiocy.
No, because Bill Burr built a path to be able to say the things that he says.
And I've been building mine for 33 years.
Yeah, I understand. Just let me finish. Bill Burr built a path that made it acceptable. He built it slowly to make it acceptable for him to say those things where people went, that's, it's Bill Burr. Your path whether it's right or whether it's wrong. You built your path, but you hit people so aggressively that people just take it as aggression instead of comedic.
You know what you call that? Sensitivity.
I'm not.
The very thing that he's accusing me of.
Yeah, maybe. But Bill Burr built that path, and it seems that he's allowed to do that.
But okay, but see, who's the boss that says who's allowed to do what and who's not allowed to do what?
His momentum has allowed him to not receive the same kind of repercussions that someone else would have who just went and said it. And whatever career path decisions that have occurred in your life, yours doesn't allow you that same flexibility to be able to say something without it hurting your career.
And here's the hypocrisy in that. The moment something happens where I blow up or this all turns around,
then all
that goes away.
Yeah, exactly.
So if it's not real in that sense, then it's bullshit. It's bullshit.
But you still suffer from it because of it, whether it's bullshit or not.
Sometimes you got to suffer to live.
Well, people have shown that sometimes it's worth the suffer.
Yeah. What's that word mean to you? Maybe. Remember that? Damn, your memory is garbage.
Dude, I don't.
Jay Moore.
Oh, okay. But can I ask you this question?
Yes.
Do you ever hear me quote movies and things like that?
No.
Because I don't remember them. I know them when you say them, but or if it really sticks, I'll remember it. But no,
right.
It just doesn't. It doesn't hold in there.
Damn.
It's a sieve leaking out of the back of my head.
It's a what?
Sieve.
What is a sieve?
Like a spout that just drips.
It's disgusting.
Like information just flies out of there.
All
I'd be so much smarter if I could remember shit.
Dominic Mayfield, first show, long time listener. What up, ANA? You guys, I just went to my first comedy show and I saw you guys June 2nd in Frisco. Had an amazing time. Andy, you're much different from podcast to comedy show. You seem more alive on stage. It was weird because when you guys started podcasting, you were very annoying to listen to with your views on Black issues. But damn, like you said, you're like a damn fungus. You just grow on us. Keep doing your thing, my man. I hope you get everything you want out of comedy, career. You seem like an excellent father and a cool person to chill with. Aries, man, when you was doing crowd work, it was hard not falling out of my seat laughing. The dumbass who kept yelling out Wisconsin was annoying. I'm glad you shut him down. Crazy how the Italian lesbian turned on you at the end of the show. That's what's annoying about people in the Bay Area with their feelings. Haha. Man, Aries, you need to put out another special, bruh. It's been way too long. Fuck Netflix and anyone who won't take the special. Make it yourself and collect all the loot. Give me the loot. Give me the loot. This is my second time writing in, so hopefully you guys see this, let alone read it on the podcast. I got starstruck seeing you walk around before the show. You locked eyes with my brother, and he thought you were going to roast him. I wish I would have gotten a picture and let you guys know I'm a podcast fan and been a fan of Aries since Mad TV and The Pest, but that line was annoyingly long, LOL. I will try and see you in July in Sacramento and get a pic and merch. Question for Aries. After 30 plus years in comedy, what still gives you that drive to get out there and kill it every time and be on the road all the time? Also, will we be seeing, oh my God. Will we be seeing you in anything soon, like movies or animations? I got to show you this picture. Interesting enough. Question for Andy. What gave you the balls to jump into the comedy game late in life? I'm one of those people who would have tried to play it safe and find something to support my kids and wife, especially a woman who's a lawyer. Okay, this is already too long. I'll write in again, and I want to be one main niggas writing in. Well, you want one main $10. Aries, I'll be on that COD, also protecting this country. Let me know if you need someone coming off the bench, coach. I know you already have a squad you roll with. Your boy, Dominic. What gets me to keep doing it? The search for the attainable. I got a goal. I got to reach it. What gets you
to do.
What gets your knickers going?
I honestly don't know why. I enjoyed doing it. I
Yeah.
enjoyed, I said this before. I don't think I've ever said this.
The question specifically was, what gave you the balls to jump in comedy game late in life?
I said this, first of all, I don't know why. I'll tell you how it started though. And I think I've said this before. It was a dare and we all went to do comedy and, we all did we all went up and, we got something out of it. Everybody did. And I got this feeling like, that was pretty amazing from doing comedy and giving a perspective that I had that a lot of times you hope that everybody has that same perspective, but not everybody always does. And that you share something with an audience. And there was this other thing that happened in my life that made me realize that I would love to do comedy, but this is before I actually got on stage. And I told this story, but I don't think I've ever told it on the podcast. A long time ago, I went to go see Mark Maron, who's, I think, a very funny comic. And I went and saw him, and he was interesting enough. He was playing at Cobb's. Not this Cobb's. It was the Cobb's. It was in Ghirardelli Square. And Mark has a real focused perspective on what is funny and what's not funny. And I thought the show was funny. The audience didn't go with him. The audience was not having a good time with him. And he did his hour and change, and it gave me this feeling, and I saw it when I try to tell people about this. Other comics think I'm talking about him not doing well, and I go, God, I could do that. And it wasn't that him not doing well that made me think I could do it. What made me so impressed with Mark and what he did is he wasn't doing well. The audience wasn't going with what he said, but he didn't give a fuck on stage. He did what he was doing. He was giving his perspective from how he felt at that time and what he was doing on stage. And I went, damn, you can actually do comedy and you don't have to have, the audience doesn't even have to be with you. If you believe in it, there's going to be some people in the room that are with you. And that was all that was important. And I thought that was amazing. I thought the art form is amazing. And I truly do deep down kind of feel like I'm somewhat of an artist and I experiment with different art. I like to paint. I did write for a while, whatever. I just always had a regular job. I'm from Tucson, Arizona. And I thought that, people who are successful in art come from someplace else. It's not like we just have this blossoming community of fantastic artists. So I always just thought they came from someplace else. So I just didn't know that I had the possibility of being that lane. And when I started to discover it, comedy is what gave me the road to discover it. And that's what I appreciated from comedy. And I still love it. I just think there's so many great people out there that are doing it.
All right, this last one. Let's do this. You read this one.
Man, I don't want to read this.
Let's have you let Daddy take a break.
Yeah, I'll read it. Let my dyslexic ass read this.
All right, Andy's reading an email.
Bolivian Uncut Part 2. This is from Robert Miller. Yo, what's up, guys? This is Macho Man. Yeah. See, I can't do it like you do. Go ahead.
Okay.
Just read that part, though.
Well, you know the Macho Man.
See, because it says in the Randy Savage voice.
Yeah. Ooh, yeah.
Thank you for reading my email. Aries, you have to watch The Boys. That shit is fucked up, but it's good and gives another perspective to what we are used to from superhero flicks. I'm about a season in, and this shit is wild. I have a question. Wait a minute. I have a question. Have you reached out to a cartoonist that can help bring your characters to life? Yes, we have. See, I did that for you because that's what you would say. Yes, we have. We have done that several times, and they're online, and you can find them on Patreon. I'm pretty sure you have a fan out there that will try. Another way, the OG comics like yourself, Corey Holcomb, Earthquake, and others have so much beef. I don't know. Not my business. But I'd love to see all you guys on a comedy special. Yeah, I would too. I'm not answering for you, but I'm answering with him.
Yes.
I would like to see Earthquake. I'd like to see Corey Holcomb. There's other guys I would like to add to that list, but yeah, I would love it if there was a show like that. GTA Andy, what's up, my guy? Read some of your emails. You get to LOL. They might be funny as hell too. GT Andy, what's up, my guy? Read some.
You see what I go through?
I'll read some of the emails. you might.
Is it a $10?
Yeah, it's just off. It's off less slightly, and I might have not read it right. Shout out AB, Farah, Mookie, Ronald, and CC, and the others I forgot. Last, have you noticed or seen that social media has been used as an instrument to pry black families apart? For example, how social media states men aren't worthy to date unless we make over 6 figures. I think it should be spoken about since it's a problem. It's like we have to pay to court. It's like we have to pay to court. Oh, okay. Yeah, we have to pay to court. Okay. No, you just have to put an application in and then see who's willing to take what amount of dollars that you're willing to throw out there. Mm-hmm. Anyway, hope all is well. Keep the pussy wet and the blunt sparked. Later, Rob.
That was good.
Yeah.
That didn't feel good.
It was all right. But if somebody starts putting the N-word on there, I'm not going to be able to read it. And so like 3 of the emails, I wouldn't even be able to read. Right. I think it's interesting what he said. I don't think that it's just about black people with the 6 figures. I mean, there's a podcast out there where I forgot what the name of the podcast is, where they're talking to women, and women really feel like they're due a rich guy, and that they deserve they deserve it. Not and you see the people that are talking to, they don't bring anything to the table except that they're women, they're younger. I would say that they're on the attractive side, but not all of them were. And women believe that they deserve that.
Right.
So I think that is, I just think social media, and I do agree with it. Social media has shown that it's available to women who that's what they pursue.
Right. I think that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just at an hour and 30 something seconds.
And we're done.
And that's it.
Guys, that's how a podcast works. We got a show to do.
You gonna give out dates?
Yeah, I gotta open that thing right here. We got a show to do tonight at Cobb's, because you're listening to this. Yeah, right on time. We were there last week, even though it's today. All right, guys, here we are. You're listening to this. We're at Pittsburgh Improv, June 9th through the 11th. Pittsburgh Improv. I'm going to go to the Andy Warhol Museum. You want to go this time?
Yeah.
Because, you heard Godfrey talk about it.
Yeah.
It's going to be a little freaky, though. There's some
like
things,
naked niggas.
Some things you may, be uncomfortable with. Just letting you know.
Well, I won't be going, but Jasper McQuarrie will.
Yeah. Oh, man. That would be hysterical.
You have not heard from me in a while. I look forward to the Andy Warhol Museum to see the naked black men, the naked robust quadriceps and hamstrings, and the black buttocks that from the back with the baby oil on it that shines like a seal out of the water on a June summer day. Ooh, the feeling I get when I see that my sausage plumps, and it plumps juices like it's on the barbecue grill, and the juices are shooting out of my sausage. You can smell the steam of penis. I am Jasper.
So sometime between June 9th and the 11th, Jasper McQuarrie will be over at the Andy Warhol Museum in Pittsburgh. June 15th through the 18th, we're going to be at the DC Comedy Loft. Our first time at the DC Comedy Loft. Please come on out and say hello. June 23rd to the 25th, we're going to be back in Arizona at the Tempe Improv. Looking forward to that, guys. Good to be back home. July 6th through the 9th, the Improv Comedy Club in Irvine, California. That's not too far away from Aries. He's going to drive out, and he's going to be annoyed by the time he gets there. That will be July 6th to the 9th. How can an hour drive take fucking 4 hours?
You got to leave at the right time, man.
Again, though, 6th to the 9th of July, Improv at the Irvine, California Improv. July 13th to the 15th, Punchline in Sacramento, California. July 20th to the 23rd, we're going to be at the Houston Improv. And then August 3rd to the 5th, we're back in California at Mike Drop in San Diego, California.
Terry P.
Come see us.
Yep.
Salty Nuts.
Hoo-ha. It's me.
Spears and Steinberg.
Thanks for listening to the Spears and Steinberg podcast. If you'd like to know who's responsible for this shit, it was hosted by Ari Spears and Andy Steinberg, produced by Steve Merrick and Anthony Holmes, executive producer, Big Papa, Robert Kelly, and Matt Kleinschmidt for the Laugh Button podcast. For more information on where to find us on the internet, visit SpearsburgPod.com.